from your garden and planted in my heart, so I can abide in this fragrance of yours, even when we are apart.
How are you sitting in the sunshine? You okay? Yeah? Not too hot? Hot? Very good. Okay. So, Om. Namaste. Welcome everyone today to Satsang here. And also welcome to all the friends from different parts of the world who are joining us via internet broadcasting today. And we have been doing this now for some time. For the many people who would like to be here but are not able to be here right now, so that they can also share satsang in real time with us here, no? And also, this is also an christening this place, because this is the first time we're having formal satsang here. And so, welcome everybody today, and look forward to a very beautiful day. Beautiful satsang. Sun came out very nice today. Now, many faces are new here also. And I don't know if you have had... Can you hear with this? We have some more volume on this. We are okay? Yeah. That can you hear in the back okay? Okay. So, I don't know how many people have been following. This sounds a bit better. How many people have been following the satsangs online? Because if I've not seen you before, then perhaps you've only been a little bit acquainted through the internet. But what is the subject, you already must know. Because always I'm talking the same thing. Always talking the same thing. I hope I don't sound too much like a parrot about it, but we're always sharing the same thing, because it has been discovered here that we don't need to know so much or learn so many things if truth is what you are seeking. Also, I'm hoping that today, for some of you, if not all, my intention is that everybody as much as possible would grasp, beyond merely intellectual conviction, to have a direct experience, and an experience that perhaps so profound that it doesn't just fade away by time. Every other thing fades away with time. Everything. Before us, many hundreds and thousands, millions, billions of beings have walked on the face of this earth. They have had their moment, they've had their chance, their time. Perhaps asking very much the same kind of questions that some of you here may be still asking. Why are we here? Who are we? Even to come to a point in our life when this question, this curiosity emerge in the human consciousness itself is rare. And it is regarded as auspicious for a human being for whom this kind of question come. Who am I? Where did I come from? What is my purpose here on the earth? What am I doing here? When this body falls away, where will I go? People have asked these questions for thousands of years. And among them, many have found complete satisfaction. They've found what, in my view, is the treasure of the human experience. To discover who you are, what you are, in the most essential way. And so great is this discovery that when it occurs in the human kingdom, one intuitively knows, I am the timeless being. Time says, everything that you see, everything that you perceive, belong to me. I eat everything that you perceive, including you. I will swallow you up also. Is there something that time cannot touch? The very fact that time consumes all phenomena has been a motivation for human beings who have a thirst for life to go beyond that which is conquerable by time and death, to find what is that cannot be destroyed, and whose nature is peace and joy. Or are these things only myths that we have heard about? It is a human romantic or spiritual romanticism. Or is it really possible for a human being to discover something like lasting happiness that is not touched by any event, any situation, any circumstances? Now, I'm not saying that such a one is beyond sorrow or beyond pain. Pain will come. Pain is part of the deal. Pain also will teach and will guide, but it will not conquer you. So I feel very happy when I can come to a gathering like this, where I feel that there must at least be an interest in this subject. And for some of you, I already know that this subject is life or death for you. For others, maybe only mild curiosity, which may deepen today, maybe not. But in every moment I put in front of you, what I've just been sharing is totally possible now. We don't have to look back hundreds of years for examples of the truth anymore, because you may discover that today, that your very essence is truth. But our culture and our conditioned existence makes us feel we are not that. So satsang is this. Normally on Sundays I am not going back so much into these basic things. Many people have already been exploring into the subject already. some way. So then I can say, from where you have conquered so far, share with us what remains to be done. What are you searching for? And let's see what could stand in the way of that, if there is anything in the way of it. So I'm very excited by this question, you see. And because it is so singular, I don't have many things to talk about with you. And it's not that I'm asking, who are you? And you give me an answer and say, okay, thank you very much, well done. Tick. No. You have to go beyond questions and answers into where the question and the answers are emerging from. And that will take direct experience, not merely informational knowledge, but a direct experience. I don't know how many of you here are really up for this, because I say this even amongst the people who have been around me for a while. Yeah. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. In the waking state, use the waking state to go beyond time. And it is a beautiful discovery, a beautiful journey that I hope is not a long journey. In fact, it may not even be a journey at all. You may just get that today. So, I leave it like that. I'm going to wait for somebody who wants to come and bring this subject in a living way for me. Who is it going to be today? Normally many hands are going up. Oh, today what happened? Acha, come, please come. Come and sit here for me. We'll make way for you. You can come through this way. This way you can come. Thank you. Very good. Yeah,
I can speak loud without a microphone, but anyhow, I try it with the microphone.
Okay.
Please, dear Master, you told us that what I am Buddhist and I am understanding that the essential and ultimate reality is nirvana.
Okay, carry on.
Samsara, nirvana, the both things together. Well, and if my essential quality is nirvana, how could I be happy in nirvana? Because nirvana transcends happiness. I'm not imprisoned in happiness.
You're not what?
Imprisoned.
Imprisoned in happiness.
I'm not depending on happiness. I transcend happiness.
Yes.
My question is that I have the impression that if you put happiness in front of people, they would think that they could achieve it.
Yes.
But it's not possible. You must transcend it. You must go further.
Who is going to go further than happiness without first meeting happiness?
First meeting.
Yes. Who is going to go further than happiness without first meeting happiness? You are miserable, so I'm going to give you happiness. No, I want to go beyond happiness. You are, you see. So, let's put it, you say, first of all, you're Buddhist. I say, no, you're not. Nobody Buddhist, nobody Christian, nobody Muslim, nobody is that thing. Okay? This is something that came after you. It's not original to you. Buddha was not a Buddhist. Christ was not Christian. Huh?
I agree.
Okay. So earlier than Buddhism. To go then, you must bypass Buddhism, try and let's meet the Buddha then. This is going to be the most authentic. Can you meet the living Buddha? Let's bypass Buddhism. Let's bypass Christianity. Can you meet the living Christ? What is it? That's the thing. Then you say, if you put happiness in front of people, happiness is the bait first. Because who is happy? Who is happy that you have found? Excited, yes. Pleased momentarily. Happy, few little moments. Who is lastingly happy? And not happy about anything. Just naturally happy in being. Not happy about, not necessarily a story of happiness, but the joy of being. Have you met anybody like that? So first, the human being has to be touched a bit by this happiness. Then before you can go even beyond happiness. Has he reached happiness yet? To then say, okay, why tell them put happiness in front of them? Because nirvana is beyond happiness. So what kind of state is this one? You see, I want to show you today, because I don't think you are speaking, as nirvana itself yet. We are still speculating something, because we've read it, no? That which is beyond all duality. That which is beyond all duality. Are you ready for this? I am also. I'm looking, I'm here to meet the one who says, actually, I want to go even beyond that. Have you come to that yet? Even the happiness, which is the unmixed happiness, the storyless happiness. Have anybody tasted this? Yes. Then to go beyond the happiness. Then I'm ready right now. We don't need to waste any more time. You see?
Is it possible to be happy without being unhappy at the same moment?
Yes. This joy that I'm speaking about is not the joy which is the interrelated to sorrow. Not a joy which is the opposite of sorrow. Now I am very miserable, now I'm very happy. Not this. Not the fleeting happiness, but that joy which is the inherently your nature. You see? It is not about that joy which is so great that sorrow can show up in it and does not touch it. Just like some people, they experience also some agitation inside their peace, but the peace is not exchanged for it. So vast is it that there's enough room for every expression to be, and to then exhaust its expression and then go back into silence. And still that underlying state is untouched by it. This you have to find. And this, I started talking today like that. Is there anything, you see, that is not momentary? Everything you talk about is in the mouth of time. Time is eating, you see? Is there something that time cannot eat, you see? Is there something?
Would it be something like upeksha?
What is that?
Upeksha.
Upeksha is what?
Is I only know it in German, Gleichmut.
Equanimity.
Yeah.
Like equanimity.
Would it be something like that?
I cannot say it like this, because then your mind already has a picture of equanimity. Your mind already has a picture of equanimity, and you cannot have a picture of that pure awareness self. You cannot. If you have a picture, it is only another picture arising in that which is imageless. You see, we say equanimity. This is a word. It's a concept we are comfortable. We have a sense. The intellect says, yeah, equanimity, Everybody has depend upon their teaching, their learning. Your mind, your own personal Google. You put equanimity. Ching, okay, this one. Now I know what you're talking. So that which is beyond equanimity, beyond any concept.
I have many questions, but I must go.
No.
Because we are not doing a discussion ourselves between us, unfortunately.
No. Fortunately, I am. Not discussion for the sake, not discussion for the sake of discussion, but discussion in order to break through all delusions and so on. So let's go at it. You say you have many questions, but find your top question. There must be one question which is going to annihilate all the other questions. It's your top question. You must ask this question. You see, I don't believe in anybody having so many questions. It's not true. You must have one question. It's burning inside you. I have to sort this one out.
Why am I giving you the impression that I have my vocabulary in mind? You could admit that I use the words to communicate, but that I am knowing something which cannot be expressed. But anyhow, you told me, you put me in the place of having a term, a word in my mind.
No, I am putting you beyond all of that. You are beyond all of that. You must be beyond all of that. You are using these terms, so you are there before them. You are using these terms, so you are there before them. You are using them, they are not using you. Who are you? I am not fixing you on anything. I don't want to do this at all. We already done it by ourselves. We are doing it. So I don't want to do it. I don't want to join this party. Okay? So let me say then, I am remove all ideas, all concepts coming from me towards you. Wherefore, I throw them away. You do the same now.
That's more difficult. I tried.
Yeah, how much effort it take? I have removed all concepts now. It's a very happy thing for me to do. I won't associate you with any concept. What am I seeing now? You do the same. Don't associate any concept with yourself. Can you do it?
I try it.
No, it doesn't take too much time. You can do it now.
Okay.
How much time it takes? If it's going to take time, it's going to take too much time. If it's going to take time, it's going to take too much time. What is it that does not take any time? Now I give to everybody here because everyone is in this room very nice. So you're all in this now. So anybody who can catch what I'm speaking, and you are here, you are the best candidate now. And now I ask you, what is it that does not take any time at all? Because I told you, time comes to say, I'll take anything you can see, I'll eat it. There's something I cannot eat. It eats me. And that thing is effortless. And it takes no time. Meaning, it is already here. What is this thing? But you can't go now. You can't go now. This is the most auspicious moment for you. It is the most auspicious. You can't go now. You are someone who have been pondering about these things. I'm very happy to meet you. I'm very happy to meet you. Come with this urge. Can I go beyond my mind? Can I go beyond my conditioning? Yes, you can. Can I discover that ultimate truth that they speak about? How much time it will take? No time. And I'm here in front of all these people to prove. So if I mess up, then they say, Mooji messed up. So you show me. Something is here for everyone. It is going to be the most important discovery. Because everyone is making effort to do something. What is that in you that does not take any effort? It is not concerned about future. It has nothing to get from future or past or even present. It doesn't want anything because it is already complete. It is complete beyond even the concept of completeness. Your mind wants to help you, but can't help you. Because your mind belongs to time, is already gone. Is there anything in you that does not belong to time?
I'm sure.
No, beyond sure.
The mystic would say that if you die before you die, you would not die when you die.
Yes.
And this is so excellent, so marvelous.
Yeah.
It's there, very far away, but it's oriented.
Why is it far? Who told you it's far?
Because I have not yet achieved it.
So I want you to achieve it now.
Okay.
Because when other time have you got is better than now? When other time you have that is better than now? What other time you have that is better than now? Because mind is always saying later. Yes, maybe later. I come in the retreat. You come in retreat again? I'll come to this retreat. But today I'm here. Tomorrow maybe I'm not here. But today I'm here. What can we find out today? What could we find out in 1 minute? Huh? Do you have a value for 1 minute or 1 second even? Have you ever given value to 1 second even of your life? Why over there? Why not here? Why not now? What stands in the way? What stands in the way apparently is our belief that we are not ready. How can you not be ready for what you already are? But somehow seems to be hidden by our concepts about who we should be, who we are, and our self-image that seems to obscure this thing, but in fact cannot obscure it. These things we can work out today. Why not use today? If you're going to say tomorrow, nobody's going to get this. I'll tell you, because all your life has been about tomorrow. What is here today? What is here as you are now? What is it that doesn't have time to be healed? No time to fix anything. No time to change anything. No time to destroy anything. No time to build anything. And no distance to travel. What is there? Is there any such thing like this? If you don't know, who is going to know for you? So I am here to meet you in this way. Are you available to be met? Or only to make appointments to meet later? No, I'm here to meet you now. But for this, drop all your ideas about yourself, you see. One time I went to see someone having tea with them, and then they're showing me all their picture albums of when they were 16, when I was 16. I said, but you're here now. Yeah, but you know, when I was 18, I went to this place, I went to India. I said, no, but you are here now. Why you put something more above now? Your experiences are not greater than now. If they're anything, they're with you right now. They must carry your fragrance now. That fragrance must be now. Why mind is saying no, later. When and then? What about now? Because your mind tells you there isn't enough time. There's no time to get it now. Why not now? What is there to get? Because your mind wants to build something. I said, no, don't build. Whatever you build, it will not be this. It will be something that belongs to time again. Everything you have built belongs to time. Everything you have studied belongs to time. What is it that does not belong to time? Don't postpone. Postpone is very easy. When you postpone, you choose your mind. You cannot be always a servant, a slave to your mind. It's like searching, it's like paying protection money to the mafia. I can't protect you. You can never please your mind, because the belly of the mind is never full. So can we bypass him? Must every time you refer to yourself, must you bring the mind into it? You can be without your psychological mind, but it cannot be without you. You have to judge which is the greater. And which part of me is apart from the psychological mind. This is what the Buddha found. This is what the Christ have found. What the Krishnas have found. What the Shivas have found. What you are here to find, I assume. I am pointing it out. It's clear enough. But something is afraid. Something inside afraid. Like, if I find this, maybe my life is going to change, and I don't know if I'm ready for change. Maybe it's going to be too strong a change. Maybe if it changes a little bit, I don't mind. But maybe it might change, uncontrollably change. Your life is magnificent. It offers a magnificent opportunity to go beyond the littleness of culture, the littleness of only tribal culture. Everyone in the world belongs to some tribe, a tribe of thinking, a tribe of body, a tribe of ideology, some kind of tribe, a religious tribe, a political tribe. Only a one has gone beyond all of that, has discovered the universal being. This one is called the Buddha. And that potential is in everybody, in everyone, you see, awaiting discovery. But then you give it to your mind turn it into tribe. What is inside you that is not tribe? This is why I say you are not Buddhist. If you say, I am a Buddhist, you limit yourself. What about all that the Christian kingdom have found out? What about all of what Islam has found out? What about all that the different faiths in the world have found out? Why deny them? They're all you.
Well, I didn't use it with this intention to only to orient the thinking and the practice, not the thinking.
Yeah.
The practice I am doing, and I adopt it for being my way.
Okay.
Only to localize that matter.
Share with me the fruits of your practice. You adopted a practice. The practice did not adopt you. Share your findings. What have you found out so far? What has anybody found out which you can say, of this I am sure about this now? Is there anybody found anything of this I am sure about it? Has anybody gone beyond practice? Real practice must bring you beyond practice. into spontaneous existence, isn't it? You cannot be all your life planning every step you're making, thinking about tomorrow. It's not life. There's something that is unfolding by itself. It does not need any help. It's pure harmony. But rarely in the human kingdom we allow our consciousness to slow down, our attention and mind to slow down, to come into to merge in that synchronicity. Always the mind, the cultured mind, is acting prematurely. Why? Because of fear. If I slow down this much, then something bad is going to happen. You see? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay, you come first. Come there. Very good.
Hello, Mooji.
Hi.
I know there's some urgency today. I don't know. I've this nervousness, which is unusual for a satsang Sunday. Usually it was like nice and peaceful and love in people's eyes at satsang. But today it's different. It's I don't know. It's mind is saying, "Hey, it's the last satsang in Portugal for a while, and who knows if you will see Mooji again."
True.
And so something wanted to come up.
Very good. I trust this something. You don't have to know very much about this something. This something is at the very pulse of your existence. It's at the very pulse of your existence, you see. Before you came to satsang, you say, I felt much joy, I feel peace, I feel love, I feel the radiance from the eyes of all the beings. I feel so wonderful. But today, different. Today, something is pushing, something edgy, you see. This, I know this one is very good. It's not comfortable. No, not comfortable. He's saying, he's pushed you to the edge, to the precipice of your own existence, your own being. You don't know here. I don't know what to do. So it's like peace is gone. Friendships have gone. This love, I don't know what is there. I don't know where I am now. Very good. Sometimes you are made to be experiencing total helplessness. You don't know what to do. You run out of moves. You have no excuse. Your life is about to go on fire. And this fire is a very important fire in the human kingdom. Yeah, because in this fire you are coming alive. You're coming alive. Something in our life is somehow preventing us from reaching this. You're become too obsessed with control. I have to control. Because if I don't control, my life will just go out and I don't know what will happen. Sometime your life has to go out of control for you to come alive. If you're too predictable, you're pretty much dead, you know. And people come and say, "Oh yeah, no, that's not his color. He doesn't like blue." Who can say something like this? Why not sometime for a season you love blue? Next week, you know what? I love orange. You say, no, but you're not an orange person. Oh yes, okay, I'm not an orange. Sorry, I'm blue. Sorry. No, you want to live? You have to be on. You are the unknown, actually. Appearing as the apparent known. Your potential is inexhaustible in the real life. It's a great, magnificent existence. But have you met it? Have you met? Are you available yourself to be met? What it is to be met. Not even to share, just to be met as you are. Huh? Have you ever met anybody where there's no more you, no more other? Would you take such a risk to go beyond self-protection, to see what is here, to go beyond your boundaries imagined? It is not so difficult, you know. It is not so difficult. It is not so difficult. Sometimes life pushes you without you asking. It brings you through some intense experience, and you must search in a way that you've never searched before. You must go to the edge of yourself and beyond. So every now and again, when you come and you allow yourself to be in the energy field of satsang, then unpredictable waves are coming. Forces coming. You may come under an attack from your mind. And people say, no, this is a bit too intense for me. Thank you very much. I just came here for a little peace. No? This is just too much. Don't want that. But some beings, they are not stopping. They've felt something that makes everything else become almost insignificant. You have been touched by life. You've been touched by God. You've been touched by truth in such a profound way that you don't know anything. You think everything I knew before, it was just imagination. I don't know. Anybody up for that risk to come alive? A human being is fully alive. Not just predictable, not just employable, just not good wife material, but alive. Then in some way you have to offer up yourself. Sometimes I say offer your existence to existence. Stop taking care of every little thing about yourself. Let life take care of you. Fall, and you must have some relationship with all of this. What is your greatest relationship? Only with one person, 2 people, whatever. It's okay, it's good, it's fine. But can you relate to the universe? This capacity is in everybody. And something is calling you from inside. Come home. Come here. This thing is not cursing life. It's revealing life. It's revealing that you are not just living life, you are life. And also the weakness of life. But sometimes we settle for so little. So all you want in life is a nice job, bit of money, 2 holidays a year, a nice car, good house, good friends, drink the best champagne. Is this your life? It's okay, but is it your life? You must have a life apart from these things. Your life must be in you also. So something is stirring for you, brought you today. Yes, something. I don't know what's some urgency, an urgency. After urgency comes emergency. Emergency, oh my God, whoa, whoa. Then something has to come. You are pregnant with yourself. You have to give birth to yourself. And this baby does not look like yesterday. And you don't know anything. I don't know anything at all. I don't know who. I don't know who. Who is the midwife? Don't be so comfortable with imagined knowings. It is okay. If you're taken to a place within yourself that you don't know, it's totally unfamiliar, then in that moment, you will know something takes care of you. Perhaps our life has never allowed that. Been afraid. So where do you go from here now, you see? Then everything that the mind can offer you, now you leave aside. No, don't want this now. For one moment, don't want anything. Leave everything alone for a moment. See if you can find that one inside which is beyond need. Don't need. At least spend a moment or two in a place within yourself which does not want anything. Leave everything for a moment. Don't combine with anything for a moment. Some fear may come because you think, oh my God, but I always felt I need this. I feel like I wouldn't want to leave this. Why not? You existed before it came. We were talking just 2 days ago. I remember a time when nobody had a mobile phone. Nobody had mobile phone. What we were doing before a mobile phone, nobody can remember. How did we exist? So, well, actually, very well you were doing. And then the first guys were coming with a mobile phone. They were coming on the street with something big like this. Hello, George. And then, but wow, look, this is very modern. Wow, like that. But now you can have mobile phone fit in your ears. Nobody even see it. And then we're wondering, how did we live before that? In the same way, how were you before you developed all this complexity? Before you had all these thoughts, all these imaginings, how were you? How were you doing? Very well. So how about if you left everything for a moment? You can do it just now. You don't have to physically go and do it. And go and set fire to your car. No. Just leave everything for a moment. Don't combine anything with yourself for a moment. And this you can do. This is easy. Leave everything aside until there's nothing left to leave aside. A little exercise. And what is here? What is here that you didn't put there? Nobody put it there. You must at least acknowledge this within your own self. It does not have any labels. It has no religion, has no belief system. It's pure essence of being. Now be just conscious of this. And don't let your mind create anything that you will combine yourself with. Don't combine with anything. And one of the mind's favorite tricks. So now what? What's next? What's next? So don't even touch next even. You may feel, oh my God, How can I stay here? That's just a thought. You are here. You are here. A thought may come, but how can you live like this? That's just how are you living like this now? You are just here. Everything is unfolding out of this spontaneity, this freshness. Who do you know who is one with this? One as this itself. Everyone is a plan, a strategy, technique. All this shows that we are not comfortable with life. If you have to be planning, next month planning, there's no space for what is spontaneous. What it means, you are not comfortable with your life. Not comfortable. You're afraid, actually. And I'm pointing you now to that which is beyond this fear, where you are. You're not a comparison. Whatever is going to happen after this is nothing you have to do. And just meet it with a sense of, yes, I'm here for this. Yes, welcome. I'm here for this. It's not you have to do, change this, fix this now. Be quiet. Be quiet. But don't be tight. You can be quiet, but don't be waiting. Don't be tight. Then you'll notice also it is natural for your mind to be in a state of neutrality. No university teach you, no school, no parent is teaching their children how to keep the mind in a state of neutrality. This is healthy mind. We so venerate thinking that you think you're thinking your life rather than being. We believe that unless you're thinking, you're not alive. But you really come to life when you ignore thinking and begin to feel the silence of being. Then you're discovering the what is. Everything I tell you now is not, don't put it in the fridge. It's not about later. It's not about next month. It's just now. I'm never speaking about the future. The present and the presence is rich enough. I don't need future or past. You cannot observe a cloud passing yesterday. It is gone. You're only here. Pay attention only to that for a moment. Without strain. Casually, you're perceiving the moving world. You're not bound by the functioning of your senses. They are functioning according to their own natural law. Witnessing of them is occurring in you very spontaneously. The rest is merely imagined. Imagine.
Who's imagine? Is it the mind that's trying to?
Well, let me tell you. If anything is being imagined, you are aware of it. That's the thing to know. It's also just another movement in you. It will soon go, like everything else. Everything is passing. Like clouds, everything is passing. So, if you perceive imagination, you don't need to tie yourself up with that. It's also just another sensation passing. Don't say, I am that. You're not any of that. Whatever you can perceive, you're not. It may be connected with you energetically, but it's not your essential being. You're here to discover your essential being. That you cannot see. Your pure self is not an object that can be perceived. This is one of the fundamental insights. Yourself you cannot see. Like I said, a knife is cutting so many objects, but it cannot cut itself. Why? Even the sharpest knife in the world, it cannot cut itself. Why? Because it is one unit. The eyes can see so many objects, so many things, but they cannot see themselves. You can try. You cannot do it. Your tongue can taste so many tastes, but it cannot taste itself. A scale can weigh so many objects, but it cannot weigh itself. You, similarly, are the self. You cannot see yourself. You can see from yourself, and all that you see is related to the self, but is not the self essentially. You are the essential self. Therefore, even your personality you can see, because it is not your essential self. Your ideas you have about yourself is not yourself. We are attached to life. We want life, life. But last week, do you want to relive last week? Is there any experience at different points in your life? You say, no, I love my life. But now if it was brought in front of you again, would you want it? No. It's finished. It's past. To what are you attached? It is not to events, but it's the feeling of existence. This is what we are attached to. Something perceives even existence. What is that? Is it different from you? Even if you feel excited, oh, I'm so excited, there's an awareness of that. But because we are not encouraged to acknowledge that you are beyond excitement and happiness and projections and dreams, you are that which is beyond all of this. But somehow we have fallen in love with our projections, and you don't want to separate from them. So they bind you. You see? Here and there, one breaks free. And it is good that now and again one breaks free, so the rest of us can look and see a life which is the evidence of truth. Because when you see a living being who is free, then they remind you of your own freedom. And sometimes you feel a little shame. Oh, why am I still hanging around in this pig pen when I can come out of this? Your life is touched by grace in a very visible way. All life is the expression of grace. But sometimes your life becomes acutely recognize that the grace is playing something. How fortunate. Even if for a while you become sick, oh, you're on fire, this is grace. It's burning all that you are not. And for a while we don't want that. So, oh. Then after, a very cool space of being is here.
I want it so much.
Yes. Your desire for that has brought it. But it has not come from outside. It is coming from inside. You're looking for when it's going to come, but he comes through the back door. He's already inside. The one you're waiting for is already inside. He's coming. And in a while, it's going to destroy the separation between you and it. There will only be that. That is the great beauty. What we are ultimately searching for is to meet our own self. Truly. When you know yourself, you are beyond need. There's no arrogance there, but you're beyond need. Need brings fear, makes us feel always lacking, envious, jealous, hatred. All of these come out of ignorance of the self. You have already logged in. You are okay. And now something continue to illumine your mind from time to time to bring this acquired taste for your own self more and more, like that. If you want to be happy, nobody can stop you. Similarly, if you wish to be free, nobody can stop you. Your very urge will bring it. You're going to be so happy, so peace, too much peace, too much peace, too much love, too much love, too much love, too much joy. Have you ever met anybody who says too much joy, too much? There's too much peace, too much space, too much love. It's too much. Take, give, take, all, take it. He said, well, how can we take it? Show us how to take it. Oh, you have to be completely empty. You can't put something in a full basket. It will be empty and you will be full of it. I'm very happy for you. Like that is good, you see. What you gonna say? Nothing you're gonna say. Nothing. Yes. Yes, it's good like that. One day you will burn up all your words. They will burn up. If you speak after that, it is something else speaking through you. But you've used up all your human account. Very good. Huh? Very good, very good. How are you feeling right now? Peaceful. There's a peace that comes and never goes. There's a peace that comes and never go away. these beautiful friends will come and they will be with you. They are the perfume of the real self, joy and peace and silence and love. Very good. Thank you. Come, let me hear from you. Thank you.
Two questions.
Okay.
Maybe you can combine the answer.
Okay, we see.
One question is, how come that humanity can arrive to, or is in such a stage of violence right now? And if you can speak about the uniqueness of humanity, it would be great. Yeah.
Someone once asked my master, when will mankind become free? And he said, when mankind becomes kind man. Isn't it? Like that. And because, and how to become kind man? Because only ignorance of the self causes these things. Also remember, things are not always as they appear. We cannot give one absolute reasoning for how the world is, because there is another saying, I am not seeing the world as it really is. I am seeing the world as I am. As you are, so the world will appear through your particular, if you're wearing yellow glasses, everything will be yellow. Put blue glasses, everything will be blue. Like this. This blue means our own projections, our own, you see, maturity also, identity. All of this contribute to the pictures you see also. There are some that see that even in a world that seems full of chaos, still a tremendous power is there working in subtle ways, you see, refining. Because we don't learn so much, nor mature so much with pretty experiences. Sometimes pain is a greater teacher than pleasure. You see? Sometimes suffering forces you to find something to go beyond suffering. But if your life is all very nice and stuff, and then we speak with you, you have nothing to say. Just silly things. So sometimes pain is also maturing the world also. You see? But if we have an idea, but everything should just be like this, it's very naive view. Always the people have to mature, grow through pain, grow through rejection even. Grow through isolated, because the Supreme often expresses itself through the misfit. Misfit means someone who is not the standard guy. Someone who everybody said, no, he's no good. Or look at her, she's so strange or something. Then through that very unusual one, sometimes, the magnificence comes to light. We cannot fix the world and say it just looks like this. And as you become more internal, the world changes its form for you as well. As you come more into the recognition of yourself, things begin to, you see beauty in the world. And also, your own presence is affecting the atmosphere around you. You see, your own presence. There was one saint in India, no? They call Sri Chaitanya. We were speaking about him because I gave this name not long ago to someone. And he was so full of love. He was so full. And you know when you are so full, you can't speak. He could not speak. People say, what is going on, Chaitanya? So then he just started to sing. He would just sing and he was chanting the name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. And he was just going around like this happy guy. And hundreds of people were falling into bliss and falling into, their minds were falling away. Not because he was speaking some high philosophy, but he became the embodiment of love and joy to such an extent that people around him, they just got pulled into that space inside themselves. You see. Each one is like a manifestation of a certain kind of energetic principle. For some beings, the divine, the supreme, manifests tremendous love. In others, tremendous wisdom. In another instrument, it manifests miracles. In another one, oceans of silence and peace. In some rare ones, all these are manifesting. Every life is expressing, you see, an aspect of the divine. The more somehow our own personal identity subside, the more the divine somehow is ascending inside like that, in its expression. But ultimately, when you know your own true self, know it, when I say know it, I don't mean in an intellectual way, but the knowing which is itself being, they're synonymous, they're the same thing. And then these questions, these doubts will not come anymore for you. They will not come. Why we commit all these crimes? The greatest crime is to forget yourself. And yet we cannot say, oh, you forgot yourself. It's like all the beings are bitten by the serpent of attachment and conditioning. Everybody, even the Christs of this world and the Mohammeds of this, everybody had to taste conditioning. Where the consciousness is experiencing itself as identity, as I am this body, I believe I am this body, I am my conditioning. And then through this identity, it must enter the world of some duality and gradually come back again to its own singular identity. It seems this is the most clear thing that is taking place in everyone's life. Some power has brought this gathering today together. Why? Myself, I am looking to see, is someone going to burst open? From caterpillar to butterfly. Are we going to stay as caterpillar consciousness or butterfly consciousness? Or beyond caterpillar and butterfly? There is something which is formless, it has no form. It is here, it is the only truth that is stable. You ask also, can I speak something about the human capacity? What? Uniqueness. Well, I can say that somehow we should be very happy that you have a human form, because in this form the consciousness can contemplate itself. It can introspect, it can go inside and contemplate. it can conquer all the stages of consciousness right here in this body. That is the auspiciousness of a human form. Maybe if you were a donkey, you would not be having satsang today. Donkeys in the field, no, I don't think they'll be having satsang like that. But at least you know, in the human form, we can sit, we can talk in this language, and you can bring somehow something here and see if it resonates in your heart. And you begin to feel, not just think, but feel deeply a presence within your own self, which I may call the divine presence, the Holy Spirit, the true being, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes your mind comes to a state of real silence. You're empty. You're not dead. And from this space, your actions are pure, because they're without motive, they're without selfishness. Spontaneous, intuitive, alive, fresh. If you can say in your heart, yes, yes, with a little I've felt is enough already to say yes all the way. This perhaps is your most immediate sadhana, your most powerful sadhana. Because that yes is so innocent, you can't hide, you cannot cheat yes. It just shows up. It's greater than any technique. It's, I'm here. I have not come to sign any contract. I'm just here. I offer my life up to existence, to go as far as it is possible to go in understanding and wisdom. Okay. Yeah, okay. Good. Okay, now, Mooji, come.
I come here because I can't wait.
Yes.
And you see, I came to Portugal and had this idea. The next 2 months, I will be sitting in satsang with you.
Yes.
And now everybody's leaving.
Yes.
And I do not like the idea of being left behind.
Yes.
So I have to be here now.
Yes. Yes.
Can't wait for tomorrow or
Yes.
another day.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So, and I don't know what or how. I wouldn't even know what I can't wait for. I have no. There's this feeling that comes like last night in bed, I couldn't sleep, and this feeling of sort of emptiness, but it's like dull and it's grey and it's not very much like.
If there is
I don't
emptiness
like it.
or any other sensation, emptiness, but you say it's dull and it's grey and so on. But don't worry for that. You're witnessing that. You're observing that. This is a crucial part of what I'm finding. No? This is a very important point in what I'm finding. It's not what you see, but it is who you are seeing. Who are you, the one who is seeing? Don't look at what you see. You think, oh no, I feel it's emptiness, but it's dull. Yes, it will change and it will become bright and it will become gray, become pink and orange and then disappear. Because like everything else, it is only a phenomenon appearing in you. But you who are witnessing, you who are seeing all these things, can you be seen also? I ask this question. Everything can become an object for you. Every thought, every philosophy, every religion, every identity, all the images of God, you can look and say, yes, yes, I can see, I like this one, I don't like this one. But the one who is looking, does it have an image? Just fully grasp that, fully be with that. Otherwise, you're always going to be addicted to images. And even thought is an image. Being left behind when everybody goes, that's an image. All these things are images. And then somehow your mind always has to jump to an image. But that which watches all this jumping itself, watching the jumping, is it itself an image? The watcher of images, is it itself an image? Be with that. All the while we are looking like this, looking out. Oh, this thing is so tall, Mooji, and this thing is so noisy, this thing is so growing. Oh, well. But you who watch is what? You who watch is what? Can the one who is watching, can this one be watched? Try it and see what you find. Because for the first time, your attention turns completely around. Who is the witness? Can the witness be witnessed? Experience this. Don't think. Your mind has a lot of things to tell you. But you also witness the mind trying to think also. This one, you see, this you must discover. When you discover this, most of your questions, all your questions, all your doubts will come to stillness. You're home. You're home. You say, oh, I must get this because I don't like the idea of being left behind. This is an image, a self-image. There is something which is not in front or behind. It has no location. What is the location of that which can perceive inside and outside? Where is it? Experience your finding. Then you're having a clue, you see. You have discovered, or you are discovering, that which is unaffected by the play of existence. But the mind says, but what use is that? What's the use of God? What's the use of truth? I mean, for what I need it? You help me to get a better house? This is what the mind is like that. So, if you say, I want it now because I'm afraid to be left behind, then I say, no, not like that. That is just coming out of an emotional state or out of a sort of fear. It can be helpful, but it will not be stable, see? Now, watch even that voice and that feeling. I don't want to be left behind. I came here to be 2 months here, and then I find you're all going away. Well, not all, but a good few are going. But there are those who are here while we go away, who are sometimes even more with me than the ones who are physically with me. It can be like this too. Because your inner connection is the most powerful. It's the most alive. But genuinely, you may be the one who is saying, you know what, in fact, I don't know about anything at all. You say, we're going away in 2 weeks' time. But I don't know anything about the next 5 minutes. Does anybody know? Nobody knows. So if you come like this and say, actually, I don't want to be at the mercy of time and my mind. I just want to find what is true now. Because if you came here and you say, I've come here to spend the next 2 months looking for truth. It's going to take you at least 2 months, because your mind is going to spend every bit of that time and then try to come in the last moment. Oh, last moment coming. But you come on the first day. Sometimes people come on a retreat. We have a retreat for 7 days. And I tell them, you don't have to wait for 7 days. You can get it this morning. Okay, I give you a refund. You get it today. We are not here to take your money. You get it today. I would love you get it today. Then maybe I can have early holiday. I can take a break also. Yes.
I can see it.
Yes.
I can, and
What can you see? Tell
well,
us.
that everything is as it is supposed to be. There's nothing to be. I can see that this was a thought or a feeling, and there was like some sort of indulge into it.
Yes.
You know, there's a joy in suffering, or a joy in feeling miserable or something like that. I can see that very clearly now.
You see that? You say this thing, huh? She's admit. Some people don't admit. You know? There's a kind of joy in suffering a little bit. You said, no?
Mm.
Yeah, I like it a little bit. So, the joy in suffering. Don't like it absolutely, but I feel like. Something wants to play the game. Oh, my life is so bad. And then...
No, I'm grateful. I'm just grateful. I know it's.
Yeah.
It is as it is. It is
When
good.
you see
It's good.
something like this as merely thought, it's just a thought. You know, I'm going around, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And then somebody catch you. Ha ha ha, I caught you. You don't believe this, do you? No, actually, no. And then you see it, and immediately you're in a space of neutrality and peace. It's so simple. You have to admit, it was just a thought. It was just a thought. I just like to go into those thoughts now and again, somehow.
It's like watching these movies, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I used to tell a story about Ribu. Ribu is here. He used to come, and once upon a time he was talking like this. You know, when he speaks, he says, "Yeah, but the problem is like this and so on, like this." So we were together in London. He was spending some time with me, and we were talking about these things. And then one morning I came up and I saw him look a bit quizzed, you know, like this. I said, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I have this problem, Mooji." "What is the problem?" "The problem is I can't find a problem." And we laugh about it, no? Huh? You're so accustomed to have actually what he said, actually the problem is that so and so, no? But today I can't find a problem. And that's my problem. So if you can look at your mind and your thinking style in this type of light way, then they immediately lose power. All of that lose power. You know how sad you can make yourself with thought? Very sad you can make yourself with thought. Yes. Then you start to admit, it's just thought. Tell me, what is not thought? There is something that itself is not thought. Almost everything else is shaped out of thought. Almost everything you see, even these things. Once upon a time, this was just a thought in someone's mind. I want to make a bell and I want to put this kind of shape on it. And with the intention and so on, then it became a concrete thought. Everything around this building, somebody's idea. And with intention, it became a concrete thought. Some thoughts are good, pleasant, others not so good. Some conditioning is good, some conditioning not good. But when you know that which is beyond thought also, in whose presence thoughts emerge and are perceived, but itself is not a thought, then somehow you find your way home very easy. And then you may think when you want to think and not think when you don't want to think. Or if thoughts come spontaneously, they're not a big deal. You know, I've listened to many people speak about themselves and their perception of the world. Okay, many. And it's all thoughts. Even sometimes people come. One time a lady come to my house and she was in deep distress. Oh my God. And then she told me what was the trouble. And, you know, I listened like this. And I said to her, look, excuse me a moment, you know. I had to go in the bathroom. I closed the bathroom door. I had to laugh. I couldn't stop laughing. Because it's complete nonsense. But in front of her, I said, okay, never mind, darling. I said, it's complete nonsense. All in your mind. I said, it's all in your mind. You're imagining. You're making it up. You're making it up. You see? Huh? You're making it up, aren't you? Then either they say, okay, become very sober after that. When they get caught, they become very sober. I say, okay, I got to go now. I got to go. I've got to find somebody who believes me. Huh?
I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, yeah, of course. Everyone is happy to be here now. When you are here now, only, not past, future, what is going to happen, and this thing, just allow yourself to drop all of that and pay attention to just to presence. You are happy. Your natural state. And not even to be present only, but to be presence. Focus on only the presence, which is the natural state of being. When you say I symbolizes consciousness, presence. It's not a person, it's not male or female. It has no specific religion or nothing like that. It's just the feeling of existence, the being itself. And its nature is joy and peace and an intuitive knowing I'm eternal. But sometimes the mind, too much mind, you never allow yourself just to be. And your beingness will confirm itself. It doesn't need something else to confirm it. Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, after you come. You come.
I hope I'm in the right place now. Yeah, I feel like something I always get stuck in, and it's like I keep listening to what you're saying or other teachers, and it's like like these like experience being here at Sahaja, and it triggers a lot of rage and a lot of anger, and I get very stuck in like perceptions of people and things just being inauthentic, and like thinking people are angry and they're just putting on a smile, and I get caught in it myself, and just, and a lot of fear is there because I think or feel like, okay, there's something hidden behind all these smiles, and it doesn't seem, not always, but a lot of the times doesn't seem real. And I feel I start feeling threatened and afraid, and I close off. And I can see too what Ursula was saying, like there's some perversion with liking it as well, like being in the anger and projecting.
And why would anybody want to pretend that much? I am joining your question now. Why would anybody want to pretend that much? First of all, it seems like in life normally, in the life that we are, in society life, where it seems a lot of expectations are there, a lot of expectations from family or from what we perceive to be society or from our own self is there. And we try to do the best to be accepted or to be perceived as to be a genuine, legitimate member of society doing the best you can do. And some people just have found that a bit much for them. They are searching for something, they know something is a bit beyond that's not the truest picture. And they are searching for something. And something draws them along a certain direction, and they may find themselves in a place like Sahaja or someplace like that. And you say, even there, the people are still pretending. And I am curious, are they? Why would they want to pretend now? Because no pressure is put on you to be other than you are. Maybe they may feeling like outside I'm a pressure to be successful in the world, I have to be like a doctor, I've got all these certificates. But maybe in Sarjad, you may feel there's a pressure to be holy. There's a pressure to be happy. I don't know, I want to know. Does anybody feel there's a pressure? Because I've heard sometimes somebody come, like there's a pressure to be like just peaceful and always just to be peaceful. And I said, really? Now, who's applying that pressure to be peaceful? He said, man, you got to be peaceful and you got to be happy. Because I've heard of this thing. Somebody told me in Brazil one time, there's a place you go and you've got to be happy all the time. You'll be always happy. I said, that sounds horrible. If you have to be happy and you don't feel happy. And it just doesn't matter whether you feel happy or not happy, you just got to be happy. You got to show that you're happy. That is the most horrible thing. So, what life is anybody living if you're only pretending your life? You always pretend that you are on top of everything. You're always pretending that you have courage. You're always pretending that you are special. You have to pretend that you know everything. You have to pretend that you are good at everything. You have to pretend that you are wise. You have to pretend that you are enlightened. You have to pretend that you whatever. Because we were watching one movie. Sometimes we have a little evening, we got movie night. Well, movie night, watch movie. Yeah? Because sometimes you just need these contrasts. You see? You don't take yourself too seriously. Watching one movie, and the movie, I think they said it was called Catch Me If You Can or something. Huh? And I watched this movie, I said, man, this guy must be very stressed. To be pretending you are all these things, and each time it's catching up with you, and you have to run to the next situation. You create another delusion, another illusion, and then and then you have to go to. I said, my God, what a tremendous karma to have. That you are always, you cannot be yourself. You don't know what yourself is. You are always just pretending to be something else. Does it sound like anybody we know? Yes. You see? Have we sufficiently looked internally and maybe see this. In fact, not even that you have to look. If I feel if you come to a place of satsang, then whether you are looking actively or not, it's going to come up in you. Your pretensions are going to come up. Your strangenesses, people are going to catch you. You're going to feel, you're going to be very uncomfortable if you keep that up. So I feel that sometimes it is the fact that there, even if people have still got their thing and they're feeling uncomfortable with it, at least it's a progress, because you cannot feel comfortable with your delusions anymore. You're feeling now uncomfortable. And sometimes you feel uncomfortable and you feel happy that you're feeling uncomfortable because you know you can't carry on. You see? And maybe in this climate, because you're not, it comes up and you're not so comfortable, maybe you pick it up like this. And you think, but that's what everybody's doing. But perhaps that's more what they're seeing, what is not true. I don't know. I don't want to speak for you. I want to hear from you.
Yeah, I can see like the pretending in me. It's like I feel like my mind is clear on the teachings. It's like I'm able to see. Yet in this environment, I get so threatened that it's.
What particularly would you feel threatened by, for instance?
Being exposed.
Yeah. Then you must look, what is it that there's a fear to expose? We can slow down now. You arrived at a very good place. Slow down, begin to feel what's coming up, because life is helping you now. It's moving the stuff up. This nausea is coming now. I feel uncomfortable. What is it? You must identify what is the fear. What are you afraid of getting exposed, you see? Because you're in a good place, because everybody's been exposed. You see? You're not going to be the only one exposed. Everybody's been exposed. And the thing is, nobody's interested in what you're exposing too much, because they're too much into what they're exposing. At least it gives you a chance that if they're being exposed, I'm not in such bad company, I'm okay. It's like, it is okay, it's a good place to get exposed. And yet, to be exposed is not our teaching. It happens. You're searching for, I'm pointing you only to what is true. What you have to expose and the details, we're not really that interested. Because everybody have some skeleton in their cupboards. Okay? So it's not like your skeleton is bright pink. No. Everybody's got some skeleton. We're not focusing on that. We're just saying, pointing you to what is true. But in pointing to what is true, the untrue begins to come up. And you can see that. So the feeling of fear to be like exposed, then this produces anger and frustration. And yet at a deeper place, you must know, I'm in the right place. For change, for transformation, I'm in the right place. Because I don't want to be in a place where I feel comfortable about my delusions. That is maturity, isn't it? I don't want anymore to keep being in a place where I'm just comfortable with my delusions. So here I'm in a place where I'm not comfortable and things are coming up. I say, but it's a good place. It's a good place. Because it means that after a while you can't stand yourself. You have to burp out something and you'll be a lot freer for it. You see? It's very important to try and identify what is the thing that really put pictures to your thoughts, put pictures to them and see what's happened. Okay, so this is the thing that there's a fear that this will get exposed. Okay, and if it gets exposed, then this will be the response to the exposure. And play through and then find out if that is really so or not. Who is watching all of this? We can go through this quite quickly. It's not difficult, no. Then you get beyond that. Maybe when you get beyond this, what I'm really trying to point to will become much easier for you to assimilate. much, much easier if the kind of the stuff gets looked at and seen. Maybe the pure thing, which you say you understand at an intellectual level, will become your real experience. Because there are many people, I will tell you, who have an intellectual grasp of the truth, so to speak, but as yet it is not their living experience. So they say, I understand it intellectually. But it's not enough. When you and your words are the same, then there's unity. So this is a good place for you, because it's not enough to have an intellectual or philosophical grasp of the truth. You are the truth. You have to, if somehow something gets lived through. And in a place like Mantesaja, we are living, working, together. So what you are discovering here is being lived out here also. And it doesn't always look pretty, but it's okay. Because it cannot just pretend its way into life anymore. It is okay.
I can see in a way it's like I don't want my life to be like this. It's like,
yeah, like what?
Like being in a place, working, interacting with people. It's like just this experience feels so dull, and I feel like...
How would you like your life to be?
Vibrant. And
vibrant. There's no life more vibrant than when you're free. I will tell you that. There's no life more vibrant than when you don't have to pick and choose your life. You are life itself. That's vibrant. That's vibration. You see? But your mind is saying, no, I don't want a life where I'm having to interact and stuff. Actually, something brought you into that situation. Not to trap you, but to face maybe some things that easily we try to suppress or hide from them because they make you feel uncomfortable while they come up. So we swallow them in a way, and they seem like they're out of the way. But then you're going to keep meeting people who bring it up, because it is life you're meeting, not people. It's consciousness that has brought this situation to itself. It's not this person decide to come and do this thing. So you're in the right place. We're always in the right place, even if you're in the wrong place. If you have the right mind. Because you will learn something from it. You see? If you let your mind decide what is the right place, then you're in the wrong place. Because you just keep hiding from yourself. So you see, you say, I don't want to live life like this. I say, like what? You say, like being in that kind of contact with people, which it feels dull. It's not dull, actually. Your mind is saying it's dull because it wants to get away. The mind, the psychological mind is saying it's dull. Look, I don't want to spend time always with these people kind of feeling like this and so on. But there's tremendous opportunity here. And the mind is labeling it dull, and you are believing what the mind is telling you. You are too much believing your mind. The mind said it's dull. I want to be in a vibrant. Where have you been where it's vibrant?
I could only reference the past.
Yeah, like where? When?
Well,
where, like what?
Like when I left last time.
Yes.
It's like the feeling of vibrancy is there.
Yes. You see? When you leave, the vibrancy is there. And it is true. Because many people at Sahaja, they struggle. Many, not all. And when they leave Sahaja, wow, whoa, this is it. You feel on top of the world. You feel on top of the world. And then you think you don't attribute that to the world. Don't attribute that to the world. It's not the world give you that. You see? But for a while you go, and actually your maturity in Sahaja is now expressing itself, and you realize actually sometimes that your consciousness has risen up quite high to a level, and many people you meet, they can't stretch you there. When you're in the normal life, the people you meet, they can't stretch your consciousness because they are still under the jurisdiction of the mind. And it say, in the land of the blind, the man with one eye is king. So if you go there with a bit more consciousness, you feel great. Wow, man, life just feels like this. I just say things, feel things just come into being. Wow, you know. And people write sometime and they say, one man wrote and he says, "Oh, Mooji, I hear you're going back to India. I won't be coming. Because last time it was great, but it was so intense. And I prefer to meet you in Sahaja." You see? It was very powerful. And I understand that because it feels very strong. Then you come out and you feel, I can breathe. I can breathe. My life feels vibrant. I feel so alive. When you come back to Sahaja, you feel dull, heavy. Because here, whatever is left is being stretched. And you can't really evaluate your growing. You're getting growing pains. Then you come out, you feel, top of the world. You think, this life is so wonderful. I want to go to life. Misreading. It is just like that. I said, no, it's not. Come back and finish it off. Finish yourself off. Don't be just living the contrast. Quite a number of people have come to Sangha, and then they go back into the life and so on, and then they think, yeah, now I've found my life now. I've got enough spirituality. I've got enough freedom. And I love my creature comforts, meaning that, I got all the things, I got my own bathroom, flush, TV, my own, I can make my own choice, feel wonderful. And on top of this, I'm spiritual. You see? But I say, no, you come finish off, come here, and let me keep your head under the water. Take you up a little. It doesn't sound very good, but that maturity must be there, so that any situation you go, you come to a point when the scenes are changing, the places are changing, but you are the unchanging. Presently, wherever you go, the place is changing, you are changing. You're like chameleon. You go to this place, you go blue, you become blue. You go green, you become green. You go yellow, you become yellow. But the one who is free, any situation, they're constant. They're there. They can enjoy the variety, but they're not impressed or carried away by it. Fully take your advantage of your present grace. Full. You see. Because it's very difficult to evaluate your own progress. When we go back into the life where you find the people, you say, people, their minds are so dull, they're not interested in this, But still you're attached to being there because you feel like king there. When you come back to Sahaj, you feel beggar. These people are so... But this is your growth, you're being stretched until you become boundless. You see. Yeah. And always when you find someone who can stretch you, who chop you, drop right there with gratitude. And be in the burn. Yes, thank you. Be in the burn. And then become out lighter for it. It's like that. Very few people are up for that. Yeah. So I put it here in the very right place. In the right place. Just that you correct your perspective. From the mind's perspective to your heart's understanding. It's like this. One day life will take me out, but don't let your mind take you out. Life will take you out of this place, and then it will take you everywhere else, and this place will stay in your heart, and you will stay in the heart of this place. But don't go with your mind. Enough people have gone with the mind, and they're still out there in the wilderness.
I feel I have more.
Huh?
I feel I have more.
You have more what?
Things that still churn.
Yes. As long as we retain the identity of a person, you will have some issues. You see, you cannot come to the end. There's never been anything as a perfect personality in your life. As long as you have personality, some flaw will be there. Some trouble will be there. You have to come out of that. You have to awaken to your true nature, the impersonal being. When you know this, all these things, when you're in the world of ego, it seems like it's the universe. And when we talk like this, you say, I can't relate to you. I don't know anything outside of my experience. I only know what's in my experience. I don't know anything. But when you're coming out of your ego, then you see that this universe of the ego was only a bubble in the infinite ocean of being. And you realize, I'm out of that bubble and I fully am. This is the thing. But if you stay with the egoic identity, it feels like, but I can't give up all this and I don't know what else is there. When you're coming out, then you realize, whoa, that was very much restricted. It was so narrow. Now I don't know what I am. I can't say, but I am. I don't have any details about it, but somehow my I am is not anymore person. My I am is the self now, is the pure self. Then it's different. But if you look in the person, it's always more and more and more. More and more questions, more and more doubts. This is the trademark of the mind itself. You see. You have to come out of that. And it is totally possible. Come out of it.
I am just seeing like the delusion that keeps me stuck is everybody hates me. And like that's what I'm feeling like in this moment. Like people are coughing, I interpret it as they're irritated with me.
Yes, and this is extreme delusion, you see? Because something has gotten inside and it is interpreting. This is another thing that you can find, that when at a certain stage, like many things, the ego identity is exaggerating completely out of the world, you know. So then somehow even you say people it is a sign of nervousness because they don't like me. That's why they're doing that. Now, if you feel like that, that creates such a tremendous tension that is coming from you now, because you've closed your heart to that vibration, which is a wrong interpretation. And then energetically they are perceiving, this guy is very tight. When I'm in your presence, I'm feeling so tight, like I feel like I've got to kind of walk like this, because like he's not broad, you see. And so you see, the thing is creating its own life through its own projection. The thing you fear, you believe into existence in the end, when it was not like that at all. It was not like that at all. But your mind say, look, you see, look at that. And the ego mind, it loves evidence. You see? Yeah, on Wednesday, it was the 16th of January, and it's like this. This ego mind is a barrister. He's got everything to look at that. I did this, and then after that, then his sister said this thing to me, and after that, his sister's parrot also said something to me, and I said, my God, where we start? And then people looking at you and thinking, his beard is soul, like this, and you're thinking, look at them, who do they think they are? I know what you're thinking. I said, well, you don't. And the more deluded you are, the more out of touch you are with what's really true. So this is already something to tell you, beware, your own mind is not your friend. If your mind is not your friend, either you're going to correct him or get rid of him. And we have a few cases like this. The people love you actually, and you think they hate you. And the more they try to show you love, you say, look, they're even trying now. You see, that's why I know they're trying now, because it's not natural for them to love. Look, they're trying to love. You say, my God, you can't win with this guy. You say, are you judging me? Now you're judging me. And this is they told one man he was like that, and then he went to one guy, and he said to the guy, you know, I know you don't like me, I know you don't like me, The guy said, I don't like you. I don't even know you. Oh, so you think I'm not worth knowing, Huh? You see? You see? So your mind. Watch out for this type. So when you laugh at it, then you blow all of that away. It's like nothing at all. It's all nothing, 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 nothing. All of it. All of it, the yesterdays, and then last week, and I went to this place, and then they hit my car, and it's nothing, 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 nothing. You don't need any of this. None of it makes you happy, leave you as you are. It just messes up your head. Leave all these things, and instantly you're happy. You're in peace and joy. No, don't go to the other extreme now. Because even one friend, he came, and he said, it was about 2 weeks ago in satsang, and we were talking, and I said to him, I think you need to shout. Some of you remember. I said to him, I think you need to shout. There's something's too nice. You need to shout something. And he says, oh, here? Yes, here. You have to shout. And now, shout. And he goes, oh! No. Shout. I said, very good. You do another one? I saw him the next day, and I see him sitting outside a bit. He was leaving. They was leaving, he and his partner. And I called, is he okay? Because he had to interpret a bit. Is he okay? Yeah, yes, I'm okay. So I said, no. Sometimes you do something which is really advice for you. Shout, and you have to shout in front of everybody. Yes, shout. And you've done something which is great. You've stepped out. Okay? And then after this, your mind comes and tells you, you should not have done that. You look like a fool. And she said, that's what he's doing. His mind is telling him, you embarrassed. You embarrassed yourself in front of all these people. You see? So this mind is not in service to you. Or it is in really good service to you. Why? Because every time you play the ego, the mind is going to bite you. You're going to think the mind is a bad mind. It's a very bad, because look, now my mind makes me feel embarrassed. But this embarrassment is good, because who is embarrassed? Your ego is embarrassed. Your ego, yourself, is never embarrassed. And just to show that our personality is not our true self, is very often when you're in the state of personality, these are the people who are most uncomfortable with other people. Because when you're with other beings, you start to pretend. You have to start to look a bit sort of, you're in a performance. You say, look, yeah, man, nice guy. Yeah. You can't be yourself. You can't be yourself. You're walking with your children, your daddy, and you call your son Snuggles. Hello, Snuggles. Huh? Then you meet your friends, and no, don't say Snuggles, okay? And you're, hey, man, what's happening? Yeah. And you're not being yourself. Why? Because you're living a wrong thing. You're living lie, like create some strange personality. Now, the one who is themselves, they're not like that. They're not concerned about that. And so they are comfortable in any company because it doesn't create any change in themselves. you see. So, back to my original pointing, all these things that you're talking about, the human personality disorders and all of this stuff, something is aware of them, but it is not touched by them. It is not trapped in the bubble of these behaviors and identities. It is totally like space. It is untouched. It remains untouched. And I'm asking you to pay attention to that, rather than the stories your mind keep putting up. Your mind keep putting things, notices on the board, putting all these things for you to read. And I say, forget about all of that. Look at who you are, who is looking at them. And you'll come out of this bad relationship, this bad marriage. You see? It's very good. Thank you. Very good. Very good. And you know that when you were coming back, how many people were looking forward to you coming back also? You see, you see, he didn't believe it. See, even though you see the mind, no. They're just being nice. Yep. They're just being polite and so on, you see? Huh? Okay, very good. Okay. I will take maybe one more because we are running a bit. You come for now? You come first? Yes. Let us see. Is it too hot in here now? No? Okay, come. Very good. Good to see you again. Huh? You speak some English now, or is Portuguese? Brazil, Portuguese. Somebody please help. Yeah. Yes, somebody come, whatever. Very good. This one is for you.
Eu não sei. Não acontece nada.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. That's my highest teaching, actually. I think
Esse é o meu ensinamento mais elevado.
É que o que acontece é assim.
What happened is,
eu ando levando a sério o que você disse.
I'm taking seriously what you're saying.
Mas não é pesado, é leve. Não me causa incomodação isso. Levar a sério.
But it's not easy. It causes me great concern.
E está acontecendo assim umas coisas.
And it's happening some things like this.
Antes de conhecer o Mooji, era tudo uma bagunça, uma confusão, e eu não sabia o que fazer com essa confusão.
Before I met Mooji, everything was a mess, and I don't know what to do with all this mess.
Aí depois aumentou a confusão.
And then the mess got bigger.
Mas
But he looks very happy.
Mas você parece muito feliz.
Eu não sei o que fazer.
I don't know what to do.
Eu vou tentar colocar em palavras, isso é uma coisa difícil.
I'm trying to put in words something quite difficult.
Foi uma confusão, mas essa confusão dá a impressão que eu estou tentando ilustrar com palavras o que eu sinto.
This conclusion, it's what I'm trying to demonstrate with words what I'm feeling.
Acho que a impressão que o meu eu é um vulcão. Eu estou no olho do furacão, assim, do vulcão.
The impression that my eye is like a volcano. I'm like in the eye of a hurricane.
What sees that?
O que é que vê isso?
Eu.
Me.
Yeah.
I.
Is that one in the hurricane?
E esse está dentro do furacão?
Não, eu sinto que sou eu esse furacão,
No,
isso.
I feel that hurricane is me.
The hurricane is you. But the hurricane passes, no?
Mas o furacão passa, não é?
Sim, mas acontece coisas. Mas só acontece, é como se fosse a larva descendo e queimando coisas.
Yes, but things happen and it's like the lava coming down and burning things.
E acontece isso e aí não acontece nada.
And that happens and then nothing happens.
E o resultado é
But it sounds pretty good to me, no? Am I hearing the right way or not? Ask him to confirm.
O Mooji diz que soa bastante bem para ele. Ele está a ouvir da forma correta ou não?
Como que é?
Ele diz que está... How is it? O Mooji diz que está a ouvir de uma forma bastante boa.
É o que eu estou sentindo. E aí...
He said it's what I'm feeling.
Quando começa essa larva a queimar, acontece que durante a pessoa, Joel, essa personalidade, aí eu não gosto de nada, não quero ouvir ninguém, porque está tudo muito chato, as pessoas ficam falando sempre as mesmas coisas do passado, do futuro, e aí eu não sei o que dizer, e aí eles falam comigo que você não diz nada, e aí eu não sei o que fazer.
He said people are always having the same conversations and they're all boring, and then he just stay quiet, and then people ask him, but you don't have nothing to say.
Is that your problem?
É esse o seu problema?
Não é um problema.
It's not a problem.
Mas
But
as pessoas ficam me olhando estranho, e aí o que aconteceu é que eu tive que ficar um tempo sozinho em casa.
The people were starting to look funny at me, and then what happened is that for a while I have to be alone at home.
it's good.
É bom.
I'm waiting for the problem, actually.
O Mooji está à espera do problema.
Não, para mim não é um problema, é que às vezes eu não sei o que fazer com isso.
For me, it's not a problem. It's that just sometimes I don't know what to do with it.
With what?
Com o quê?
You don't know what to do with the no problem.
Você não sabe o que fazer com o não problema? Yes.
Yeah.
Because he seemed to me like somebody who is very happy by nature, but who thinks that you should be miserable.
O Mooji diz que você parece como alguém que é naturalmente muito feliz, mas acha que deve ser miserável.
No, help me because I'm not understanding.
Ajuda-me.
Tá bem. É que eu vou tentar. É
I'm
assim.
gonna try.
Estou tentando achar alguma palavra para falar.
I'm trying to find a word.
Why you don't just forget about it?
Por que você não esquece isso tudo?
Isso que eu quero.
That's what I want.
Do?
Então
No,
faz.
because it's not so difficult.
Não é tão difícil.
But it looks like you're looking for a problem, and the vital force is not helping you to find the words to say it is supporting this idea you have.
Parece que você está à procura de um problema e a força vital não encontra as palavras corretas para expressar isso.
Eu sinto que acontece assim. Quando você me disse vá para casa e degusta isso, e aí eu fui. Aí e disse também para ficar lembrar sempre eu sou, e mesmo que qualquer coisa que surgisse eu sou. E no primeiro momento eu acho que foi a mente que achou estranho, mas aí eu segui em frente, eu confiei, acreditei e disse que nada ia me parar. E o que deu foi isso, e não acontece nada.
Was that last time you told me to be with I am, and I went home and I was fine, and it was great at the beginning, but then it looks like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Sim.
No, because maybe you think, well, nothing happens. It's a beautiful thing only if you think something should happen. Then you think, but nothing's happening. Like the mind is always looking for some event. It wants to have, but now this thing happened and that thing happened. But actually, from a higher place of consciousness, well, nothing is significant enough to call it a happening. You understand this thing?
Você acha que algo devia acontecer, mas a mente não consegue encontrar um evento, e do ponto mais alto da consciência pura, nada acontece, nada é suficientemente significativo para chamar um evento.
And you can trust that more.
E você pode confiar nisso.
Trust your state more. Rather than because of the mind will challenge and say, but this is not the right state. It's not the right state that nothing should be happening.
A mente vai duvidar disso e vai dizer que nada está a acontecer, mas você devia confiar mais.
It's like you found the most beautiful thing, but somehow you haven't found the value for it. You see?
É como se você encontrasse a coisa mais bonita, mas não encontra o que seja valioso o suficiente.
Yeah. And it can only come from the mind's interpretation. You're purchasing the mind's interpretation of something which is quite a natural state of being.
E só pode vir da mente, a interpretação da mente que a mente faz daquilo que é o estado natural do ser.
Each being, when you speak, people speak, even if they speak in a language that I don't understand.
As pessoas falam, mesmo quando que falem numa linguagem que nós não entendemos.
And even if I have an interpreter,
e mesmo que eu tenha um tradutor,
before the interpreter tells me what they say,
antes do tradutor me traduzir o que eles dizem,
I have a perception energetically about the substance of what you say.
Eu tenho um perceber energético acerca do significado do que eles dizem.
Yeah. And very often, energetically, what we are speaking is very weak.
E muitas vezes aquilo que falamos é muito fraco.
But because we are involved with it and you believe it, I have to give attention to it.
Mas porque estamos envolvidos nisso e acreditamos nisso, achamos que tem um significado.
Yeah. You see, when I try to bring your attention to be here in the heart, to be in the in the pure self, and when you speak or act from this place, it has a power in it. You see, it just has, your presence carries a potency, a power there. No? When we are too much with our minds, too much thinking, your words and your presence become very weak, energetically very weak, and this is why I discourage. I say, but mostly we're talking nonsense. You're just making things up because you have lost your power. A human being is like a God in this form. When you're in touch with your heart, when you speak or your presence, it carries a certain potency. You should not be speaking, oh, this thing happened to me. This is very despicable thing for a human being. A human being is the high state of consciousness, the potential, But because we identify only with body, mind, and the programming, and the conditioning, it weakens our spirit, make us feel very weak. That when we are weak, we are very afraid. When we are afraid, then we become violent. You see, when you're in your heart, you're peaceful. When you're peaceful, you're strong. When you're strong, you love. You don't force. You follow. The mind say when you are strong, you are aggression. No, and the strength is not aggression. When you're strong, when you're centered, then you love the world. You love life. You love the truth. You're at peace. You're true. You're complete. When you're afraid, you're insecure. When you're insecure, you judge. You resist. You fight. You kill. You see, you're selfish, aggressive. And they say, oh, this guy is very strong. He's not strong, very weak. Not flexible, not broad. The one who knows the truth is broad internally, inside. They're not easily insulted. They're not easily affected by the changing winds of the mind. They see always from a place of harmony. And they overlook many silly things. No, don't worry about it. Nothing. This is strength. This is your strength. You don't try it. No, this is too much. You understand? Please say yes.
Por favor, diga que sim.
Many people, they don't appreciate their state. Sometimes their state is quite holy, quite high, but their mind is still looking for something in the world, and then you don't appreciate that your state was holy, and then they go looking for trouble. It has been like this from before the beginning. The perfection, the Lord's perfection, is inside every heart here, like that. But on account of culture and conditioning and so on, we adopted the mind as our guru, and which mislead. For a while it must be like that, it must play like that, until we mature through our own turbulence, through our own suffering. We mature, and you win back yourself. You win back yourself, You come home to yourself again. When you come home to yourself, you still not regret your life. You will see that everything in this life actually was a blessing, even in the difficult things. This is why I say that the life is beautiful. You are beautiful. Your heart beautiful. The mind has to do what mind has to do. Mind is also a servant of the life of God. Because when the pure being manifested as a person, then the mind aspect also came down to play as friend and enemy with you and to test you so that you grow, and you must overcome him. When you overcome him, you come home. And then you say, Mr. Mind, thank you for giving me so much trouble, because the trouble you gave me helped me to grow, because when I was very stupid, I was thinking I'm these things. And every time I think I was this thing, you bite me. And so I couldn't relax. I had to come out of myself. I had to find something that to get away from your bite, because your bite is so painful. You see? Mm-hmm. We are really in a very, very important stage in the human kingdom and history. You know? I don't say this very lightly. A lot of changes are showing. For a long time I denied them also. But more and more coming. That some change, I'm not into some fantasy about it. But I feel that there's a strong urge to wake up out of sleep. I say each morning we wake up from the dream. But to be truly awake, you must wake up also from the waking state. The waking state is not our true wakefulness. Our true wakefulness is to be awake as pure consciousness. You see? And something, life is playing on such a broad scale now, in all places, in different parts of the world now. In different ways and through different cultural expressions and so on. The same one spirit is manifesting tremendous auspiciousness to awaken humanity. Here I'm very happy to share with you something, because here I'm pointing you not to a cultural transcendence, but to universal consciousness. Universal consciousness means that you are not merely not a tribal awakening, but to go over everything, to come back to your own universal self, your universal being, to be free of judgment, and to come into the pure waters of the self. And it's so possible. You are not here, your life is not an accident. Each one playing some role. But 100% the pure spirit is in each body, awaiting recognition. But not waiting, it's not waiting. So, make use of time to discover the timeless. Make use of life to discover the imperishable, the unborn. Make use of consciousness to discover the unchanging. I said recently, I don't want to speak about the truth or about God. Because when you speak about something, it's because it's not here. You see? If you are here, I can't speak about you, you're here. And the truth is here, God is here, life is here. So we don't have to talk about it, we are it itself. Why we have to talk about? It's not a stranger. Consciousness conversing with consciousness about consciousness. So this is invitation to come into our own golden age. Golden age means an age of awakening. A time to wake up. To really see with the eyes of Jesus Christ. With the love of Krishna. With the peace of Buddha. Our spirit is that. Our spirit is that. Our self is that. I am not paying you any compliments when I say that. Because what I say, I am ready to prove. When you are ready also, you show you like this. Because no distance or time stand between us. Nothing stand between you and me. Except whatever thoughts you embrace as true, which are not in service to the true. This is the only thing that can create the sense of separation, of duality and suffering. Okay. So, we are going to close this part of satsang today. For now, we will take some tea. And for those of you who would like to stay, because usually after that we have a kind of tea satsang, we call it. And I try to look at some of the letters that people write, some of them from yourselves, and address some of them. You're welcome to stay for this. And also those who are still joining us by internet, who are watching from all over the world. We have one Sangha today. And if you want to be with us to look through these, it's also a very important part of satsang. But for now, I want to say this to you, that may everybody, everyone, wherever you are in the world, you are here or wherever, that if you are searching for that deep love and peace and joy, truth, in fact, if you want to call one word, you may call it God also, the true being, then may your deep wish, your deep desire be fulfilled, and may you all grow in wisdom and understanding to be wise and compassionate in this life. And that wherever you go, your light, your path be blessed with light and joy. And may all who meet you on the path in life get something from you, be touched by your presence, your light and wisdom, that you open your heart up to the presence, so that you become the instrument of that presence. Wherever you are. I am not saying that you must go and change your job, do this. I am not pointing like this. I'm just saying it's enough if you open your heart to that perfect understanding. Let it come and do its work. It doesn't come from outside as a stranger. It comes from within your own self, and makes what was formerly feeling strange, familiar and lovable to you. This is my blessing for everybody. Om Namah Shivaya. But somebody is going to play some music today? Well, just before we go out and make some tea, somebody? Okay, very good. You can sit there for now. Sit. Huh? You can sit there somewhere, and maybe next to you on the floor. You can sit.
Def lo mun, jem lo mun, nobody peche. Ken munul feche baduam. Di warta Def lo mun, jem lo mun, nobody peche. Ken munul feche bamuam. Amul benen bu budul yala mi yala pur bita Canada li am mom la Ludulam Mumla Yala penala Lep mumla
Okay.